Hi all, welcome back to C++ tutorial on Tooth Fulcrum. This session is on the references in C++ programming language. A reference variable is an alias, that is another name or an alternative name for an already existing variable. Once a reference is initialized with a variable, either the variable name or the reference name may be used to refer to the variable. So let's look at the syntax, how to work with references. Let's say we have an integer variable a. Let's say a is at a location 100 and the content of a is 10. I'm going to create a reference variable to this a, means an alternative name or an alias to the variable a. So how do I create the same? For this b is created as a reference variable. So for this, in the declaration, use the ampersand symbol to denote that b is a reference variable. So where is it referring to? It is referring to the variable a. So I can say that b is an alternative name to the variable a. So b and a refer the same location, that is 100. A and b will share the same location. So you can use alternatively a or b, both will be referring to the same location and the content of both a and b will be 10. So whatever changes you make to one variable will be reflected onto the other as well. That is, the initial content of a is 10. So if you use a cout statement and check the value of b, you will get the output as 10. Why? Because b is also referring to a. A and b have the same address 100. Both are sharing the same location and the content is 10. If you make a change to a, let's say that we are incrementing the value of a. So now a becomes 11. So without doing an increment operation onto b, without doing this operation itself, you could see the output of b or the content of b will be 11. Same way, whatever changes you make to b will get reflected onto a. Suppose if you say b is equal to 3 and if you check the value of a, you could see the value of a will be 3 because b is a reference or an alias to a. Whatever changes you make to the variable will get reflected onto the reference variable as well. Let's write the code and verify our output. So let's write the code. Let's declare a as integer and let's initialize this with a value of 10. Now we are going to create a reference variable to a. So for this, use the ampersand symbol, specify a reference variable name. So here we are using b equal to a. Now b is reference to a, or b and a will share the same location. Now after this, you could see here both the content of a as well as b will be the same. So let's write like this, a equal to and let's check the content of b as well. Both will be the same because b is referring to a. So let's run the code and verify our output. So we should get the output as a equal to 10 and b equal to 10. Let's check. So we are getting the expected output here, a equal to 10, b equal to 10. Now let's see what happens if we modify one of the variable. Let's say we are going to increment the value of a. So a is incremented. So now if you check the value of a, it's clear that a will be 11. 10 incremented once, so the value will be 11. But what about b? So B is also expected to hold the same value because it's a reference to A. So let's check our output. So as expected, we are getting A equal to 11, B equal to 11. Now let's modify the B value and let's check whether A will hold the updated value as well. So I'm going to change the same program here. Instead of incrementing A, let me increment B. So now also you should get the same output. Let's run the code and check our output. So yes, as expected, A and B holds the updated value, that is 11. So this is how reference variable works in C++ programming language. Few points to remember here. You cannot have null references. That is, you cannot have a statement like this. From the previous example I am taking, that is B, we have created it as a reference variable. So you cannot have a statement like the reference variable initialized with 0. This is invalid. You have to initialize a reference variable to an already existing variable. Something like this, what we have seen in our example. A we have created before. So you should have something like this. Once a reference is initialized to a variable, it cannot be changed to refer to another variable. This is important. That is, let's take a scenario like this. We have A and I'm going to create B as a reference to A. Let's say we had one more variable C. Now you cannot make this B further refer to C. This is not possible. That is, if you have used B as a reference to A, you cannot reuse it anymore. The last point, a reference must be initialized when it is created. You cannot have an uninitialized reference variable. That is, you cannot have a statement simply like this. This is not possible. You need to always initialize a reference variable to an already existing variable. So this is about the reference variable in C++. This is very powerful. We'll see the applications of references in the coming sessions. So keep watching. Thank you so much. Please do watch, like, share, comment and subscribe. And please don't forget to tap the bell icon. You'll get notified whenever we upload a new videos. Thank you.